Let's get right into it. Dark Brandon, he's rising up. The Patriots are activated. Stand back. Stand by. We are going to launch into the white suburbs like predator missiles with the anger and resentment of all the years that communism was suppressed in this country. Cut the malarkey, Jack. Bro, I hate Lib Media. They're talking about Brandon weaponizing the military. Yeah, Joseph Robinette Brandon should use the military to weaponize it against liberal media. I hate them so much. They suck. This is a funny... Wait, what? This is funny. What do you mean? Why? Did you send me this? Did you send this Joe Rogan Instagram meme to me so I would actually laugh at it? Because, like, for the first time in his life, he's, like, done a funny again. It's the first time I liked this post in many, many years. Brandon did something unimaginable last night, folks. Okay, he did something unimaginable. He delivered a speech. At the top of the hour, he said, there's a 60-second ad break. All right, let's get to the
Biden speaking last night in Philadelphia about what he called the battle for the soul of the nation, blasting former President Trump and MAGA Republicans, arguing democracy is under assault. Our senior White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is at Independence Hall with more. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, this was one of the harshest critiques we've heard.
Ray Donnell, thank you for the 5. Great Scott.
Clip.
Thank
The November
you for the 5.
elections are really a moral choice, warning that the preservation of our democracy is at stake.
As I stand here tonight, equality and democracy are under assault.
Overnight, President Biden outlining a stark choice.
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Biden warning their election denials are a threat to the nation.
Democracy cannot survive when one side believes there are only two outcomes to an election. Either they win or they were cheated. You can't love your country only when you win.
The president eager to make the upcoming midterm elections a referendum on his predecessor, calling out Donald Trump by name and referencing MAGA Republicans more than a dozen times.
MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence.
Violence, Biden said, like the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
They look at the mob that stormed the United States Capitol on January 6th, brutally attacking law enforcement, not as insurrectionists who placed a dagger at the throat of our democracy, but they look at them as patriots.
Hours before his speech, a judge issued...
God, I'm so triggered. Trigger warning, folks. I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Trigger warning, Dark Brandon sighting. Every time I want to fucking stop, with this Dark Brandon meme because I'm like, it's officially dead, it's officially dead, it's officially dead. Like, the Republicans and the reaction to like straight up the most like routine shit, like their endless posturing, losing their fucking minds over like Brandon standing in front of 2 Marines with like red light or whatever. They're endless posturing over this like as though he said something unimaginably fucked up. It pulls me back in. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want the Dark Brandon meme to live on. I think it's whack. And I think his like his like once Chris Murphy and shit started talking about it, once Brandon's own team started talking about the Dark MAGA shit, or not Dark MAGA, sorry, the Dark Brandon shit, it's a wrap. At that point, it's like you fucking ruined the meme, right? But Republicans keep bringing it back. They keep the meme alive by behaving as though he is this like genuinely terrifying figure and not some 900-year-old corpse that they keep fucking bringing to the forefront every now and then to say a couple things. On the plus side, it pretty much destroyed the Let's Go Brandon meme as well. I mean, I love Let's Go Brandon. I love it. I have refused to call Joe Biden by his government name for the past year, I think. Like, it's Brandon now. I mean, it's even in the title. I said, Brandon declares war on the white suburbs. You know what I mean? Like, it's just perfect. I love it. I don't know why. It's incredible. Guys, we want the president to give a demagogic speech about the danger to democracy inherent in opposing him. How can we make it look as fascistic as humanly possible? Again, they're getting so much out of this because they are absolutely, they're babies, okay? They're getting so much out of this. They're milking this as hard as they fucking feasibly can. Why? Because they're not used to the pushback at all. They're not used to even like symbolic posturing from Democrats in any meaningful capacity. Okay? And also because like they are fucking cowardly babies for the most part. It's true. Wait, this was my reaction last night, by the way. Get fucked to all of you 30,000 individuals in here who didn't stay for the Valorant stream. Okay? Get absolutely fucking cum-stirred. Because I actually covered the Dark Brandon shit last night. I made some fucking precogs. I made some, some incredible content after the Valor stream was over. We went back to Brandon reacts. I gave live reaction to the Brandon speech immediately, and you lost it. You lost out on that good shit.
We the people.
You gotta okay. One more precog. Tucker Carlson's going to mention the red. Okay? Tucker Carlson's going to mention the red and be like, it's red for communism. Now, back in the day, America used to be a proud nation. A nation that fought against the Cold War, not for the Cold War. How fitting. Immediately in the aftermath of Gorbachev's death, Karl Marx himself has decided to come back. A specter is haunting the United States of America, and that specter is President Joe Biden.
A few moments later.
Even more insane than you'd expect. What is this? Tucker Carlson is doing what?
Tucker
Carlson is crediting Taylor Lorenz with being one of the 3 key tenets of Biden's authoritarian regime.
Authoritarian revolution has had 2 things in common: a coherent worldview and a competent military force. Lenin, for example, had the writings of Karl Marx to provide an ideological justification for his revolution, and he had the military genius of Leon Trotsky to pull it off. Together, these things were enough to top.
I didn't call it. I said Marx. I did not think he would pull up Lenin and Trotsky. He just said he only meant I mentioned Marx. I'm off by like this much. Ah! Let's go! Is Tucker a secret trot? Wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, impressive to mention Trotsky. What the fuck? How does he know so much? What do you mean, dude? He's like a entire fucking writing team is like groped up shouties, okay? His entire fucking writing staff is all like extremely online, brain broken Nazis.
Issuing the longest sentence yet to a member of the mob, former New York City police officer and U.S. Marine Thomas Webster. He now faces 10 years in prison for his actions that day. In total,
get fucked! Yo, pig on pig violence, dude. Look at that.
In total, nearly 250 people have been sentenced for their roles in the attack. The former president is fiercely defending them, saying in a new interview that he is financially supporting some of those facing charges. And
Cap, don't believe it. No shot. He probably means like Rudy Giuliani or something, and even then I wouldn't believe it. There is 0% chance that Donald Trump, while he's in a fucking sea of trouble on his own, okay, with like legal complications, there is no shot that this motherfucker's paying for some like random HVAC specialist. No shot. That's so crazy to think. He's the most selfish man on the planet. There is no shot.
That he would consider pardoning them.
He despises those fucking piglets, dude. He's like, they're so dirty. They're so dirty. They're so dirty and disgusting, but I love them. They're filthy pigs in their own slop.
If reelected,
I will look very, very favorably about full pardons. I mean full pardons with an apology to many, an apology.
Now, the White House insists this speech last night was not political, but this was Biden's second of 3 trips to this critical state within the span of just 1 week. Democrats, of course, are hoping to pick up a Senate seat here in one of the most closely watched races in the country. But this is ground zero for both parties. And tomorrow night, Donald Trump will be here.
When I was in boot camp, literally the whole group of kids I was with said they were planning on going in the HVAC. I had no fucking clue what it was. What do you, brother, HVAC specialists are the backbone of this country, okay? I don't know why it just kind of stuck, but like Every time I've talked to someone who's like an HVAC guy, they are so incredibly conservative. So, and I know that's not the case. I know like I have HVAC people in here, you know what I mean? But HVAC is like first of all, it's got a good mouthfeel. But also it's just like one of those things where you can be your own, like you can be your own business basically. And for some reason, it's just like, I don't know. It's just so perfect. Not just HVAC, it's tradespeople in general. Yeah. As an electrician that went to trade school, yeah, I mean, you would be shocked. I mean, I guess you wouldn't be shocked. It's just like a lot of people in the trades are like that. So the working class, yes, the working class does have the tendency to be reactionary. Isn't that strange? Also, it is additionally hilarious to be like, so the working class? Yeah, the only working class is petite bourgeois HVAC business owners, you dumb bitch. Shut the fuck up. That is the most like painfully, I live in the fucking suburbs my whole life. So in my mind, the only person that's truly working class is the guy that fucking inhales coolants all day while doing insulation. No, you fucking idiot. Baristas are working class too. They're getting shafted, oftentimes way harder than the fucking trade school guys, okay? Motherfuckers in the trades at least get paid well for the most part. And then on top of that, they're like fucking tyrants. The irony is trades are 10x harder. Man, shut the fuck up. Trades are 10x harder. Yeah, it fucking brutalizes you. It fucks your body up. But you get paid infinitely more. You get paid infinitely more for like working in a field like that. Also, why are you saying this as though we don't have construction workers and people in HVAC in here right now? There's plenty of fucking blue-collar motherfuckers in this community as well, you idiot. You ever thought about that? No. You got drivers. You got people working in Amazon distribution facilities. There are so many people. In this incredibly diverse, over-encompassing umbrella of what it means to be working class. I work in the trades as a diesel mechanic, and I think working as a server demonstrably is harder for worse pay. Yeah, exactly. Well, depending on where you work, you can actually fucking get paid pretty well, especially if you're like a bartender too. I work right now, union sheet metal worker, and a lot of the dudes here are conservatives as fuck. 100 people in the shop, and 6 at most are lib. Yeah, I know. There are. I mean, here's a fun fact for you. There are a lot of people in unions that are also Republican. There are motherfuckers in unions right now. Okay, they can tell you they're so insanely Republican. Part of that is because the Democratic Party is not adequately speaking to their needs and their desires. That's it. That's what happens. We no longer have the back and forth collaboration within the labor unions and the Democratic Party that is like that leads to a healthy and desirable. I mean, that's not even true. IBEV and shit still very much is at least the leadership is still a Democratic Party. They're full of people who endorse the Democratic Party. Teamsters, all these fucking all these unions still are very much firmly in the machine of the Democratic Party. But when you get down to the rank and file, there are a fuckload of Republicans for sure. Well, cop unions are not real unions. We're not talking about that. Fuck that shit. Anyway, let's keep on.
Holding a rally and campaigning for the Republican candidates. Cecilia.
He certainly will, Mary. Thanks.
Well, hey there.
There's a lot of guys that would pick up HVAC stuff from us that owns their company, and also retired cops that work for private security. Yeah. I work a union auto job in Canada. I've seen Let's Go Brandon shirts and Thin Blue Line shirts here. Yeah, Canadians want to fucking LARP as America so bad, but I get it. Like, I love America core myself. Anyway.